Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Y'all make sure you go sub up to my man Heavy Bag Boxing, man.
Get your dumb ass in, hit this bag.
The Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Y'all just go ahead and subscribe to Heavy Bag Boxing TV because he be lit on his channel.
And Heavy Bag Boxing.
Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Yo, shout out to Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? YouTube. What up, YouTube? Big T.O. Heavy Bag Boxing TV, man. Get your funny looking goof ass in here and hit the bag. Hit that like button for your boy. That helps the channel. You know, I appreciate that love. I truly, truly do. I appreciate that love. Shout out to gang, man, the bag hitters. Y'all know the count. Special thanks to John out to BX, man, becoming a member of the channel. Of course, Sean the Don. Hold the goddamn phone. Truly appreciate you as well. Shout out to the chat, man. I got the link up here if you want to come hang out with your boy. It's kind of late night, man, but I had to talk about this tonight. And if you get to watch this on the replay, man, make sure you smash that like button. Appreciate you. Asdreeza in the chat say, no one cares about Munguia Golden Boy hype job with padded record. Facts. Facts, Dreeza. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. God knows I'm with you. And listen, oh man, we're gonna dive deep into this tonight. First of all, let me say this before I really get started, because it's gonna be people coming in here, maybe calling me all kind of Canelo Alvarez haters, and they're gonna choose to completely ignore what I'm about to say. I think Canelo Alvarez is a Hall of Famer. I think he's a hell of a fighter. I've picked Canelo on several occasions to beat his opponent. I've placed money on Canelo Alvarez. I've put Canelo in the top 5 of my pound for pound list for a long time. I've given him his flowers when they were due. I called for that Austrian Trout fight. I called for that Triple G fight. Even back then, I was calling for that Canelo, that Mayweather fight. I wanted to see what the kid can do with over 40 wins and a unified champ. I ain't got shit against Canelo, man. I think he's a hell of a fighter. And listen, somebody's still gonna watch this video and choose to ignore everything I just said, bro. They're gonna ignore that shit. All they're gonna say is I'm talking down or I'm hating because this dude is ducking Benavidez, and I'm saying it out loud. No one wants their favorite fighter to be called the duck, and you're blatantly ignoring what the dude is doing. Now, I got this interview I want us to watch together. Shout out Dante's Boxing Nation. That was the first one I seen when I turned my YouTube on. And we most definitely want to give those guys their credit, man, because, you know, Fight Hype and Fight Hub pretty much got a damn monopoly on the high-profile interviews. So anytime new media, some of the new media guys, the smaller channels, or anybody other than damn Fight Hype and Fight Hub, I like to give them their credit. Just like I gave Ness his credit for breaking that Keith Thurman news. Matter of fact, shout out all new media for sure. But we had, listen, I can't believe he did this video. I can't believe he did this damn interview. It blew me back. I couldn't believe it. Definitely want to give that a listen. But first, let me say this. Again, nothing against Canelo Alvarez. The only thing I've ever had an issue with Canelo Alvarez is the way he's moved around. You know what I mean? I can't be mad if he don't fight the guys next that I would like to see him fight next. That's just how the fight game go, especially when you're one of the best. Listen, when you're one of the best, hardcore boxing fans are going to want to see the best fight the best. And you ain't even got to be a hardcore boxing fan. You could just be a big boxing fan. I think it's levels to this shit. You know what I mean? Not even necessarily a hardcore fan, but as a big boxing fan, you want to see the best fight the best. Now, the casuals, for the most part, they don't care. As long as they man winning, they cool. But for the most part, you want to see the best fighting the best. And that's all I've ever asked of Canelo Alvarez. That's it. But again, somebody's going to choose to completely ignore all the good shit I just said about Canelo and call me a hater because I feel like, or I'm saying that he's a duck out loud. I mean, we all witnessing it. So I want to jump into this video, right? We're going to jump into this video, which is an interview. Again, shout out Dante's Boxing Nation, who had somebody on the scene, somebody other than Fight Hype and Fight Hub. Shout out to them too. But man, you know, they got a monopoly on the interviews. Hold on real quick.
Over here. Ready, rolling?
All right. So for those of you who haven't seen this interview, this is the interview that many people are going to be talking about across YouTube and new media when it comes to the sport of boxing over the next probably few days about Canelo Alvarez and answering these really tough questions. And I love the fact that they asked them these questions and actually got straight answers out of Canelo Alvarez. Let's go ahead and give it a listen.
Canelo, first off, very respectful press conference with Jaime. How important is that for you, for an opponent to be respectful, for you to give them a fight?
I think it's very important. I always respect more the fighter, be respectful, because you know it's when you realize it's gonna be a good fight, because the fighters who talk a lot of things, they come into the fight, they scared. So I like this kind of fight because I know it's gonna be a great fight.
Tell me if it was a wrong.
So that's always been a thing about Canelo Alvarez, and a lot of people didn't understand, because you think trash talking in the sport of boxing is cool because it helps build fights. But according to Canelo, if you shit talk against him, it doesn't show respect, and he's least likely to fight you because you calling him out or you talking shit about him. He feels like it needs to be a mutual verbal respect between two fighters. I guess he's over the whole buildup, which again, some other fighters, they got to do that. They got to build a fight. Their name isn't as heavy as Canelo Alvarez, and they want to build a fight. They want to build their brand or build their name. And how do you do that in the sport of boxing? You talk shit. So for him to ever hold something like talking shit about him over an opponent's head, to me is crazy, because again, it's a blood sport. It's the sport of boxing. Guys gonna talk shit. Testosterone's gonna fly, and it is what it is. So that's some weak shit to me.
Observation or right? Did it feel weird to be on stage with?
Because I know it's gonna be a great fight.
Tell me if it was a wrong observation or right. Did it feel weird to be on stage with Oscar? Did you feel annoyed or angry that he was there on stage?
I don't like that kind of person, to be honest. That's it. But I feel comfortable because it's my land, not his land. So at the end of the day, I feel comfortable with myself, with everything I did, because everything you see, we made that. We made that. Nobody else.
Yeah, together.
Together. Beltran, PBC, and Canelo team. That's it.
So what's going for you?
Now, I'm going to have to make a whole separate video about that as well, because he's not giving Oscar De La Hoya any kind of credit for making this Munguia fight, even though Munguia is a golden boy fighter. As you heard him just say, this had nothing to do with Oscar. This was completely the PBC, Al Heyman, and Team Canelo. So he's not giving Oscar De La Hoya any credit for this fight.
On the future, are you going to be a free agent? Like, what happened with you splitting from PBC, then coming back?
I'm very happy to work with everybody. I'm happy to work with Al Heyman, and he's happy to work with me. And if something happened or something that there is for me more important, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be good with Heyman, with everybody. I like to work with everybody, and they know I'm very disciplined. I'm very hard worker, and that's why I can do anything.
Is this true? Let me know if this is true or if people are wrong. Is it true you offered $5 million for a Benavidez fight and then you guys didn't hear back?
No, nothing is true. I don't know
how that came. Yeah. And I think the dad said, "Oh, they offered us $5 million," and
no, never.
Never.
Okay.
Okay.
Not that I know, and I know everything.
Question over here.
Yeah, to piggyback off the offer, were you ever offered anything from Benavidez camp? And
nothing. And who is he for offering me the money?
Right.
Who is he?
It was said that it was 55 million.
But who is he to offer me? And if he offered the amount he say, that amount I can make with anybody. So.
Now that's that bullshit right there. Shout out to Lab in the chat. He said he's lying about the respect thing too. He literally said he wanted to fight Jermell because he never respect my skills at their press. That's facts. That's a whole lot of facts, Lab. I appreciate you bringing that up. You know, and listen, this ain't the first time Canelo been caught lying. This is another lie right here. You hear what this boy just said? He said that he can make the kind of money that they supposedly offered for Benavidez, which was 55 million. He can make that against anybody. Let's run that back. I need for y'all to listen to this shit, man. This shit crazy.
The amount he say, that amount I can make with anybody.
He just said he could make the 55 million with anybody. Now, mind you, the only reason why he's not fighting Jermall Charlo right now is because they didn't want to give him it wasn't worth him to give it wasn't worth it to give him the 35 million. It wasn't worth it to give him the 35 million for Jermall. So how could you sit there and say you can make 55 million versus anybody? This shit, you can't. It's not like you making this shit up. Just listen to what this nigga saying.
It was said that it was 55 million.
But who is he to offer me? And if he offered the amount he say, that amount I can make with anybody. So that's nothing.
That's nothing. 55 million is nothing. I can make that versus anybody. If that's the case, well, why you ain't getting 55 million right now for Jaime Munguia? Why you ain't get the 55 million for Jermell Charlo? Why you ain't getting the 55 million for Jermall Charlo? It's because you can't make that kind of money versus just anybody. The only reason he's not fighting Jermall Charlo right now is because they didn't want to give him the 35 million to fight. We got one more time. Listen to what this dude is saying, bro.
And if he offered the amount he say, that amount I can make with anybody.
That amount I can make with anybody. 55 million. I can make that with anybody. That's cap, bro. That's all. This is all cap. Like, this is about to be a straight cap fest, man. Let's keep listening.
So that's nothing.
You don't think that's the one of the biggest fights that can be made?
I don't. Maybe. Who knows? But you know, he brings nothing to the table for me. He brings just 25 pounds more in the night.
Benavidez brings nothing to the table, yet he brings the highest payday you can make right now, but he brings nothing to the table. He just said Benavidez brings nothing to the table, but yet he'll bring the highest payday that you could possibly make in the sport of boxing right now. You can't make this shit up.
Maybe. Who knows? But you know, he brings nothing to the table for me. He brings just 25 pounds more in the night, the fight on the night. That's it. But if some promoter, not him, because he's nothing to offer me anything.
Canelo, ¿cómo te sientes? Sorry.
He's nothing to offer me money. You know, I'm the one. So, but if one promoter who I work to, they come and say, I offer to you 150 to 200 million, I fight tomorrow.
Canelo,
that's the only reason I fight with him, because the only thing he brings.
That's the only reason why I would fight with him. If one of these promoters offer me 150 or $200 million to fight him, that's the only reason or way I would fight with him. Listen, you can't make this shit up. You can't make it up. Let's listen again. You can't make it up.
I'm the one. I'm the one. So, but if one promoter who I work to, they come and say, I offer to you 150 to 200 million, I fight tomorrow.
Canelo,
That's the only reason I fight with him, because the only thing he brings to the table is 25 more pounds.
Canelo, I think this is a great fight that Mexican fans are gonna.
And now again, he's making emphasis on the 25 pounds. Like he hasn't came into fights weighing 15 to 20 pounds more than the guys he's fighting. And if you're a Canelo Alvarez fanboy in here listening right now, I'm gonna challenge you to something. Go back and look at Canelo's record. Go back and look at Canelo's past fights. And I want you to circle all of the fights. Do your research now. Circle all of the fights that Canelo came into that fight younger and bigger, heavier and younger. Just do your research. Matter of fact, I'm giving you homework right now. If you're watching this and you check this out on the playback, do your research. And you see how many times Canelo Alvarez stepped in the ring and he was the younger, bigger, stronger guy. And now all of a sudden, you crying about 25 pounds. This is a guy who's been campaigning at 68, who's undefeated at 68, who was the youngest champion at 68. And you never saw him, bro. You never beat this guy. You want to talk about 25. Talk about the 15-20 you had on Floyd Mayweather, and he was 13 years older. Why are you not talking about that? This is facts. This is facts. And he emphasizing the 25 pounds. But yet again, this is a guy that's campaigning and has campaigned and ran up and down and through, and is a two-time 68 champion in this division. This shit crazy, bro. You can't make this up.
Enjoy it, but is there any pressure to make the fight? We're speaking about Benavidez because you got people like Mike Tyson and even Ryan Garcia. They said Ryan Garcia said if he was you, he would already fight Benavidez. Mike Tyson said you need to fight him. Is there any pressure?
I don't need to fight anybody. I don't need to prove anybody anything, because I remember when this happened with Golovkin, and then it happened with this. So I don't need to prove anything with anybody. So this fight with Jaime Munguia, you need to respect it, because this fight is more important than other fights. So it is what it is. And you remember when
this fight is more important than other fights. How? How, Sway? How, when the old fucking boxing world was calling for Benavidez, how is this fight more important than other fights? How you ain't feeling the pressure from your peers when you got all of the Mexican greats from Antonio, when you got Marquez, Chavez, you got Mike Tyson, a lot of the greats that's still breathing, calling for you to fight David Benavidez. This is facts. You can look all of this shit up. This is all facts. This is facts. Big facts. So how could you sit there and say it ain't no pressure? It's big pressure from legends. It's big pressure from legends in the game who's asking you for this fight. Now, it'll be different if Canelo was like 38 on his way out the door, or even 36 like Floyd was when he fought him. But it's a 33-year-old Canelo Alvarez, bro. Prime, big prime. Man, I don't see how anybody can defend this shit.
And you guys asking me for Golovkin, and I fight with Golovkin, and then Callum Smith, and then Billy Joe Saunders, and then Caleb Plant, and then so never is enough for you guys. But I don't need to prove anything to anybody anymore. I've been done.
Then how you gonna name Caleb Smith, Billy Joe, Caleb Plant. Ain't nobody asked you for that shit, man. You came up there, won that belt, and said that you wanted to become undisputed at 68. So if you said, this is facts again, do your research. I urge you guys to always do your research. This is facts. Canelo said that he wanted to become undisputed at 68. So if you say you want to become undisputed at 68, you're going to fight those guys anyway because they was the champs. Nobody's calling for those fights. You already told us that you wanted to become undisputed, so you had to fight those guys anyway. Nobody was putting pressure on Canelo to fight fucking Billy Joe or Caleb Plant or Caleb Smith. Nobody. But maybe the UK cats. But he had already said he wanted to be an undisputed at 68. So if that's a goal of yours, bro, nobody's pressuring you to fight those guys. They on your hit list. Just like Tim Tszyu with the hit list shirt he had out. I don't know who created it or whatever the case, but he stood by it. So nobody's pressuring for him for those fights. Those are the fights he's calling for. Canelo called for those fights, bro. Nobody pressured you for that. We pressured you for this David Benavidez fight, and we most definitely pressured you for the Triple G. I got to give him all the credit and the flowers for the Triple G fight. Triple G won for sure. But let's not forget, people. And, you know, I hate to make it seem like I'm just shitting on Buddy, but I'm just keeping it all the way a buck. I'm keeping it funky. Keep in mind, Canelo is almost 8 years younger than Triple G. You know what I'm saying? He's still not even as old as Triple G was when he took the damn fight. Yeah. You feel me? So now you got a young, hungry David Benavidez been campaigning in the same fucking division, and you're still just choosing to look past, look over, look beyond, and now you outpricing yourself. You're talking about 150, 200. That shit crazy. Shout out Daisy Sanchez in the chat, and he still sold those fights. Facts. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he sold those fights. I can't take anything away from Canelo. Again, if you go back to the beginning of this video, I'm giving Canelo all his flowers. I urge you not to take away that part of this video while I'm giving this dude his flowers because he deserves them. At the end of the day, again, Canelo's a hell of a fighter. I've put money on Canelo. I've backed Canelo. I've wanted to see Canelo win fights. The only issue I've ever had with Canelo is how he's been moving the latter part of his career. And you can't blatantly duck the best guy in the division that you're undisputed in. That's the only issue I got. We over 2 years now, bro. This is going to be his 4th undisputed defense, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Who did he defend against? He defended against Charlo, Ryder, and who the fuck else? Now it's going to be Munguia. I know I'm missing somebody, I think. Took a left turn, did the B-Ball fight. Oh, and Triple G. Triple G. So, yeah, this is going to be his 4th undisputed title defense. And it hasn't been against the number 1 guy at 68, which to me is crazy. You mean to tell me Jermell Charlo gets an opportunity before Benavidez? Triple G, somebody who's not even in the division, gets an opportunity before Benavidez? John Ryder, which he was a mandatory in his own right, but still doesn't deserve shit before Benavidez, in my opinion. And now Munguia, who's 2 fights into 68? He deserves a shot over David Benavidez, who's fought 2 title eliminators. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. And to say that you can make the same amount of money that you would make for Benavidez versus anybody is just a fucking lie. This dude said that. He said, this dude, run it back, man. This shit crazy.
I always respect more the fighter, be respectful, because you know it's when you realize it's gonna be a good fight, because the fighters who talk a lot of things, they come into the fight, they scared. So I like this kind of fight because I know it's gonna be a great fight.
Tell me if it was a wrong observation or right. Did it feel weird to be on stage with Oscar? Did you feel annoyed or angry that he was there on stage?
I don't like that kind of person, to be honest. That's it. But I feel comfortable because it's my land, not his land. So at the end of the day, I feel comfortable with myself, with everything I did.
Yo, did anybody peep that? That was a hard shot. That was a hard shot at Oscar De La Hoya, boy. Yeah, damn, you ain't had to do Oscar like that. First of all, he ain't giving Oscar no credit. This is a whole different video I'm about to do on this subject right here. He ain't giving Oscar no credit. He ain't giving that nigga no credit. Shout out my nigga Mark Nash TV in the chat. What up, fam? Come on up here with your boy, man. You ain't fuck with me yet. Come fuck with me, man. If you're on a late night, man, and you want to see some good lives, man, rock out with your boy Mark Nash TV, man. Go over there and check him out. Super, super dope channel for sure. Mark, you see this bullshit? I might have to come fuck with you tonight too if you go live. He did your boy Oscar greasy though. I'm talking about super greasy. Said Golden Boy really ain't had shit to do with this fight. Matter of fact, he ain't say really. He said he had nothing to do with this fight. This was all the PBC and Team Canelo. No, I'm telling you, listen to this shit. Listen to this shit.
I feel comfortable because it's my land, not his land. So at the end of the day, I feel comfortable with myself, with everything I did, because everything you see, we made that. We made that, nobody else.
Yeah, together.
Together. Beltran, PBC, and Canelo team. That's it.
So what's going on?
Straight up, Patreon, PBC, and Team Canelo. That's it. Shout out Daisy Sanchez in the chat. Says, but Benavidez sold 60K pay-per-view buys. How is he going to be Canelo's biggest payday? He ain't no Jake Paul. Because they willing to pay. You want to know how he'll be Canelo's biggest payday? Because they're willing to give him the most money to fight David Benavidez. That shit is simple math, Daisy. You sound. I want to give you more credit than that. It ain't about the pay-per-views he sold. It's about who people want to see him fight, right? How many pay-per-views did fucking John Ryder sell? Huh? Matter of fact, how many pay-per-views did Munguia sell? Oh, I'll tell you the answer. 0. Nothing. David Benavidez has outsold more pay-per-views than both of those guys combined. Oh, wow, that's a stickler. Oh, that just threw darts all into your argument. You feel me, Daisy? You understand? Can you feel me? Nah, you ain't gonna feel me. You too much of a fanboy or a fangirl. You don't want to see no flaws. You're not gonna accept real shit.
Are you on the future? Are you gonna be a free agent? Like, what happened with you splitting from PBC then coming back?
I'm very happy to work with everybody. I'm happy to work with all Jaimon, and he's happy to work with me. And if something happened or something that there is for me more important, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be good with Jaimon, with everybody. I like to work with everybody, and they know I'm very disciplined. I'm very hard worker, and that's why I can do anything.
Is this true? Let me know if this is true or if people are wrong. Is it true you?
Oh, the question's about to get tough right here. These are the questions that I love. Let's listen.
Offered $5 million for a Benavidez fight, and then you guys didn't hear back?
No, nothing is true. I don't know
how that came. Yeah. And I think the dad said, "Oh, they offered us $5 million," and
no, never.
Never.
Okay.
Not
that I know, and I know everything.
Question over here.
Yeah, to piggyback off the offer, were you ever offered anything from Benavidez camp? And
Nothing. And who is he for offering me the money?
Right.
Who is he?
It was said that it was 55 million.
But who is he to offer me? And if he offered the amount he say, that amount I can make with anybody.
Oh my God! You hear what Canelo just said? If he was to offer me 55 million, if that was true, speaking about the 55 million, I can make that money with anybody. That's what the dude just said. Now, y'all let me know in the chat if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe I'm hearing shit. Let's listen to this again.
Who is he?
It was said that it was 55 million.
But who is he to offer me? And if he offered the amount he say, that amount I can make with anybody.
That amount I can make with anybody. So that means, this shit gets deep. That means he could have made 55 million against Jermell Charlo. He didn't. He could have made 55 million versus Jamal Charlo. He's not. They didn't even want to give him the 35 million. That's why he's not fighting Jamal Charlo. And he's most definitely not making the 55 million versus fucking Munguia. So let's make it make sense, man. Let's make it make sense. Those are not the that's not the offers. Am I bugging? Somebody tell me if I'm bugging or not. And then maybe he's talking about with pay-per-view. With pay-per-view, maybe there's a chance that he does make 55 million with any of these guys with the pay-per-view. If they're going to give him the 35 million guaranteed, he could make another 15, 20 million off of pay-per-view and TV deals or whatever he gets. So that means you're standing to make with David Benavidez over $100 million. You feel me? That's crazy, bro.
So that's nothing.
You don't think that's the one of the biggest fights that can be made?
I don't. Maybe. Who knows? But he brings nothing to the table for me. It's just he brings
nothing to the table for me. But yet he brings the highest payday possible. They're willing to give you the most money for David Benavidez, but yet he brings nothing to the table. This is, and it's not like I'm putting words in this dude's mouth. This is what he's saying. This is why I don't be understanding how Canelo Alvarez fans, and again, I'm a fan of Canelo, man. Don't never leave that part out because I'm not taking away nothing out of this dude's fighting skills. This motherfucker can fight. I rocks with him. But I'm not putting no words in his mouth. This is what this dude's saying. Listen to him.
Fights that can be made?
I don't. Maybe. Who knows? But he brings nothing to the table for me.
He brings nothing to the table. But yet he brings to the table the highest payday that you could get right now. They're offering the most for David Benavidez. Come on, man. Maybe I'm tripping. Mark Nash TV in the chat. In the super chat. Oh man, you're gonna have to make me break out. You're gonna make me break out the goddamn money drop. You want to hear that money drop, don't you? I gotta give it to you. God knows I gotta give it to you. Mark Nash with the super sticker. I appreciate you, my guy. Money. Just enough for the city. I'm living, y'all. I'm living just enough for the goddamn city. Truly appreciate you. Mark Nash TV. Again, man, check my boy out on the late nights. One of the best lives you can possibly watch. And it's a really good audience, man. I'm trying to get there with you, boss. Mark Nash, I hope you listening to this nigga Canelo. and you like to argue, and I'm gonna come on your show and I'm gonna argue with you too, because I know you can probably see some righteousness in this bullshit, but you're gonna have to show me. You gotta show me.
Just he brings just 25 pounds more in the night, the fight on the night. That's it. But if
emphasis on 25 pounds. And again, I urge all you super Canelo fans. Oh, I love Canelo Cinnamon. The redhead. He beats them all. I urge you, go look at his record. I want you to count how many fights Canelo came into that he was the younger, bigger, stronger fighter. I dare you. And then you come back and look at him, had an audacity to talk about this 25 pounds.
in the night, I don't, maybe, who knows? But you know, he brings nothing to the table for me. He brings just 25 pounds more in the night, the fight on the night. That's it. But if some promoter, not him, because he's nothing to offer me anything.
Canelo, ¿cómo te sientes?
Oh, I want y'all to listen to this. Listen to it. Please, if you don't listen to no part of this video, stick around and listen to this. Can y'all smash that like button for your boy too, man? I truly, truly appreciate you. Please smash that like button for your boy. I truly appreciate it. If you don't listen to nothing else from this interview, listen to this shit Canelo about to tell you right here.
He's nothing to offer me money, you know. I'm the one. So, but if one promoter who I work to, they come and say, I offer to you 150 to 200 million, I fight tomorrow.
Canelo,
That's the only reason I fight with him, because the only thing he brings to the table is 25 more pounds.
Did y'all hear that shit? Nah, maybe you ain't hear it. Let me run it back. You ain't hear it.
They come and say, I offer to you 150 to 200 million, I fight tomorrow.
Canelo,
That's the only reason I fight with him, because
that's the only reason. He was trying to say that's the only way I would fight with him. If they came and offered me 150 million to 200 million, I'd fight that big motherfucker tomorrow. So you just gonna blatantly outprice yourself. You know, ain't near one of these goddamn promoters finna give you no 150 to 200 million dollars for one fight with David Benavidez. Come on, man. Shout out my guy Martin Ash TV in the chat. Super sticker and the super chat. He want that money drop. I gotta give him that money drop.
Money, 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 money. Just enough for the city.
God damn it, Mark. You know I'm living just enough for the goddamn city, man. I truly appreciate you, man. Puro. Yo, Puro would most definitely be arguing with your boy about this one. You absolutely right about that, bro. But 150 million to 200 million for one. Who? Come on, bro. They didn't even want to give you the 35 million for Jamal. I'm almost positive they didn't want to come together. They had to come together to give you the 35 million for this fucking Munguia fight. Who's gonna pay you 150 to 200 million for one fight? Listen, you're not Floyd, bro. You're not Floyd. You fucking Canelo, bro. Overpriced Canelo. You're a 20 million to 30 million dollar fighter, dude. Bottom line. Yeah, he's the face of boxing. He sells the most for sure. That's facts. But come on, man. Now you're just blatantly outpricing yourself. And I dare one of you motherfuckers to pick up the phone or type or hit that link and come in here or get in that comment section and say he deserves 150 to 200 million dollars for one goddamn fight with David Benavidez. And it's not like I'm putting words in this dude's mouth. I'm not in this nigga's mouth. Uh-oh, we got a call. Hold on, guys. See if I can get you. What up? What up? What up? Heavy Bad Boxing TV. State your name and where you from, baby. Ma! My God, my God. What's good, boy? Boy, I truly appreciate you, man. I can't call it. You see what I got here, man. We talking about Canelo Alvarez and this whole interview that I guess this is why Canelo never says much. Because he putting his foot all in it. You have you seen this interview? Ooh, man, this shit crazy, bro. Never,
Hey, well, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
never. I know you is. Blatantly outpricing this. In a fucking blood sport. That shit crazy. No smoke. I feel you, bro. Hey, listen, Mark. Man, I feel everything you just said, bro. That's all I'm trying to. And you know, I be trying to pierce the armor of the Canelo fanboy sometimes. You know what I mean? Because listen, if anybody's been listening to this live, I've been giving Canelo his flowers. Listen, and look, you've been an advocate for Canelo at times. You know, you give him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? You understand that he's a hell of a fighter. Nobody's disputing that. We just looking at what you're doing right now. Again, boxing is a what have you done for me lately business. And it's always about what's next for you. And as long as you're going to continue to campaign at 68 as undisputed and not fight the guy, the two-time, the youngest to ever do it, he was still there and still is. It's crazy. It's a duck. And man, this interview right here, man, again, this is why they don't let Canelo do too much talking. Because if he do some talking, this is the type of shit you're gonna get. Big facts. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. They can hear the audio. Shit. My bad, y'all. I think they can only hear me, man. Yeah. They might not can hear you. Hey, Martin King, can you hear him? You did, bro. Damn, I wish you'd have just hit that link. You want to come back, man? Hit that link. Yeah. All right. My bad, guys. If you couldn't hear Mark Nash TV, I might have not had the joint hooked up for him. I'm sorry. He's gonna come up on the link. The link is at the top. I put it in the chat. Let me put it in the chat again too, just in case you guys want to come up here and join your boy. But he was reiterating some things from this video. There's the link. Come hang out with your boy if you would like to. Talking about Canelo Alvarez, the blatant duck, the blatant outpricing. And again, man, I like Canelo, man. It's hard. If you're a boxing fan, and I'm gonna say this, here go Mark right here. There you go, Mark Nash TV. What up, baby? See if he got his audio. Let him get his audio together. If you're a boxing fan, period, it's hard not to like Canelo Alvarez over the years, given his resume, given who he's fought, given the fact that at only 23, with over 40 fights, a unified champion, he dared to take on somebody as calculated and as good or as great as a Floyd Mayweather. We wanted to see him versus Austin Trout. He gave us that. We wanted to see him versus Triple G the first time at least. He gave us that. We wanted to see the Lara fight. He gave us that. He gave us a lot of these fights for sure. You know what I mean? But again, this is a what have you done for me lately sport at the end of the day. And when you think about what David Benavidez has been able to do, what transpired with David Benavidez, yeah, you gotta reprimand him for what he had done, right? He gave up his belts. That was his fault. But he's still there. He's still in the division. He's still the best guy there. And here you are now about to defend undisputed for the fourth time. And this guy hasn't been one of those opponents. It just doesn't make sense. And now you come out with this interview. Again, this is why they don't let Canelo do a lot of talking, because he'll put his foot in his mouth. This dude has come out and said that he needs 150 to 200 million to fight Benavidez for one fight. And they don't even want to give you 35 million for the fight that you did want. We got to make it make sense, man. Mark Nash, is you there, bro?
Check 1, 2. How the audio sound? Good?
Yeah, you perfect, my brother.
All right, let's talk this shit, man.
Yeah.
We got to stop the cat. First of all, you got to stop this cap and phone number you got up here. Got me calling in and can't nobody hear me. So I got to put a case on you first.
Please, don't.
Yeah, I got to put a case on you, dog. Hey, look, bro, this is crazy. I'll reiterate a couple of things I said when nobody couldn't hear me. First of all, he never got paid $150 and $200 million for none of his fights. He didn't get that for the Mayweather fight.
Right.
He didn't get that for the Undisputed. Like, bro, you want that upfront guarantee type money? Come on, bro. Like, this is a blatant duck calling yourself out. I'm calling it out. This is pricing himself out type. Like, he said all he brings to the table is weighing in 25 pounds more. That's what the issue is. That's what's bothering him. Also, he was like, well, Jaime Munguia is respectful. Since when in boxing, we got to respect you. I remember Mike Tyson said, I want to eat his heart. You know, I want to eat his children. Yo, all praise to Allah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Snapping on people. Bernard Hopkins breaking the flag and Felix Trinidad's flag. This is where we come from, bro. Like, it ain't no being, we got to be friendly and nice to you to get the fight. Come on, man. This is how it's always been done. You call them out, you talk some shit, man. You show it to the press conference. You know, like Clover Lane, this bum fighting all the easy bums. You know what I'm saying? Like this is how it's done. You call the people out. Now, Boo was respectful to him, and he's what?
I said that what Clever Lane say, hey woman, you want to be with a real man?
Right.
Club
So look, so
crazy.
Boo Boo came up and hello, but look, think about the hypocrisy though. I remember Boo Boo Andre said, got the mic at the press conference. He said, "Hello, Canelo. Just want to say congratulations on your fight. I'm a big fan." Canelo's like, "I know you are. I know you are." You know what I'm saying? He was that guy came respectful. He said, "I respect you. You know, we just want an opportunity." Blah 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 blah. Like horrible fighter. I never fight you. You're a horrible fighter. You just want payday. You want pay. So that guy came to you respectful, and you blew him off. So you can't say so. That's a hypocrisy, and that's just a non-factor. The problem is he sees what everybody else sees. Fighters know fighters, bro. And for the people who out there cheerleading and banging their pom poms, saying, "Hey, yeah, that's King Nello," blah 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 blah. Y'all would have lost y'all. Fuck. Ooh, can I curse up here?
Yeah, you good. Go ahead.
You good? Y'all would have lost y'all fucking mind if Terrence Crawford said, "I lost it." Y'all would have lost it straight up and down. Y'all would have lost it.
Facts.
So stop the cap. Stop taking up for this. It is what it is. Jaime Munguia, he's a good fighter, but nobody wanted to see him over David Benavidez that I know. And
let me ask you this.
Canelo's probably going to go in there and stop this guy in the late rounds.
So the whole
Go ahead. Which one is?
The whole issue with him, I think we got a little bit of a delay between me and you, but the whole issue between PBC and Canelo Alvarez was the fact that they didn't want to pay him the $35 million for Jamal Charlo because they thought that was just way too much for that fight. You know, it wasn't going to be anything left for them to really recoup, right? They had to team up with Golden Boy to make sure he could get his $35 million for Munguia. But in this interview, he blatantly says, I can make the $55 million if there was a $55 million offer, which I almost feel like it is. I feel like it's capped. He could make that with anybody. But yet, bro, they didn't even want to give you the $35 million for Jamal Charlo. So you can't make that with anybody.
Good point. Yeah, it's a bunch of hypocrisies in here. Like I said, that's another one that we got to point out. The first one was guys being respectful. That's another one. But also, bro, you didn't get 100 and 200 million to fight Mayweather, bro.
Yeah,
and he was at it. No, bro. You stop it, bro. Stop it. You don't want to fight this guy. Because he sees what we see. This guy is one of the biggest threats to him at the division. This guy dominating, bro. So it is what it is. Canelo ducking, man, and I know people gonna make excuses for it and ride with it. And Canelo can do what he want. He can do what he want. And I gotta disagree with you slightly. Got people say boxing is a what have you done for me lately? To some degree, because you can lose. Mike Tyson started, and Roy Jones was getting knocked out at the end of their career. That's what they did for us lately. But they still made it to the Hall of Fame. But that doesn't mean we're gonna pay copious amounts of dollars for your pay-per-view and your events when you fighting guys like that, though. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, you can still. He's still a Hall of Famer. I give him that. But I gotta blame me, you, and some of these other people out there who were supporting in fights and events from Canelo, where we knew he was gonna win. You know what I'm saying? We created this, for lack of better words, no pun intended. We created this monster right here. This Mexican monster that's in front of us. And
it's hard not to do when you're a big boxing fan. It's hard to say, man, I'm not gonna watch that fight. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can watch it, but you don't have to fly out to Vegas. You don't have to spend the pay-per-view. It's a way to watch the fight if you're trying to watch the fight. You know what I mean? There's a way to watch it without spending the $80 on John Ryder type fights.
True that.
Triple G3. Triple G3. Like, you made us wait all that long for Triple G3. Like, he should have been fought Triple G. And then you brought Triple G up in weight to a way he had never fought at. Like, it was just... I'm just tired of Canelo's shit, man. Pajama man. I'm just tired of it, man. Just tired of it. Like, I can't rock with it. I'm not supporting this. I'm not buying this pay-per-view, man. I'm stream teaming this shit just because of the arrogance. Just the bleer arrogance. Like, I could get that fighting whoever. You got to give me 150, 200 million to fight him. All he brings to the table is 20. Man, what happened to giving the fans the fights they want to see? I thought that's what you do. Thought you was the face of boxing. And like I said earlier, like we got to be respectful to you niggas. Got to kiss your ass to get the fight. Boo Boo Andre was nice. You didn't fight him. People like it's like no, bro. You. Hey, look, Charlo was disrespectful to you at times. You still fought him. And then he tries to say, well, the guys who usually talk shit come to the fight and they scared. Man, Mayweather talk shit and he won't scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro, stop it, man. And those fights you name, some people think he lost to Lar. You get what I'm saying? The trial fight, they did some weird open scoring shit out the blue for that.
They thought he lost Triple G1 as well.
Yeah, and I give him credit. I had him win the Triple G. I thought he beat Triple G all 3 fights, 1, 2, and 3. And so you can't say I'm a Canelo hater because most people think he lost 1. Some people think he lost 2. I had him winning the first, second, and the third one.
Either one of them could have got the nod and won. But I definitely thought he lost.
Yeah, it was a close fight. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't think neither one of them was right. Like it was a close fight. But I like that rolling with the punches style. I like the defensive mind that he had. Like when I watched that first Triple G fight, I was like, homie, it looking like I know they're gonna kill me in the chat for this, but I was like, he reminded me of Floyd at times in that first Triple G fight. The way he was shoulder rolling, pulling the counter, hitting and moving. It was like he had learned from Floyd. It's like he studied what Floyd did to him and tried to do it to Triple G. The only difference is he started getting tired in the mid to late rounds.
Exactly, and he knew he had to actually box versus Triple G, especially Triple G1. So yeah, he pulled some shit out the tube bag. And again, that's why I give Canelo so much credit, man. He's always been a hell of a fighter to me, man. And believe it or not, I picked him to win all of those Triple G fights. I picked him to win the Laura fight. I picked him to win the Trout fight. I've rolled with and pulled for this dude in fights. I've bet on fights. For everybody who normally watch my lives, I show you my bet slips every fight. I bet on this kid plenty of times. So, I have given Canelo his flowers, man. Again, I'm only going to give him some pushback and some backlash for the moves. And, of course, this interview right here, man, I think people are going to have fun with this interview for a while because he stuck his foot all the way in his mouth.
Yeah, man, this shit gonna last forever, man. I think too what's gonna this might be up there with Riddick and Bo and the belts in the trash. This is up there for me, like as a guy, like wow, why are you doing this? Because here's another thing too. You damn, when you talk about his legacy, man, people gonna remember this, man. Like the last 50, his last 50-50 fight, he lost to Bivol. That was his last 50-50 fight, in my opinion. And I bet on Canelo to beat Bivol.
Because you pay attention to the box. You bought
and
one
the only reason I picked him because I thought it was a cherry pick gone, but it ended up being a cherry pick gone wrong. Bivol was better than all of us thought, but I thought Canelo was gonna find a way to get hey look, and come to find out the judges was trying to give Canelo the fight anyway. So I won't too far off. They were trying to give him the fight. But Bivol won't be denied.
You felt like that was a cherry pick gone wrong?
Okay, I think he thought Bivol straight up and down style, he was gonna be able to do what he do. And like how he did with Kovalev and other bigger guys, he thought that style will still work against Bivol, but Bivol hands was faster. He had a better gas tank than Canelo anticipated. He had a better jab. Also, that left hook. Every time Canelo would wind up and throw that right hand, soon as he threw the right hand, Bivol was coming back with his own left hook.
Yeah.
And he was, it was times where Canelo would go to the ropes to try to take a break. Most guys would engage with Canelo. Bivol said, "No, get your ass off them ropes. I'm not gonna just let you sit here and take a break and make it look like you doing something off the ropes. Nope, I'm gonna stand right here. Take a step back, come back in the middle of the ring. I'm gonna box your ears off." And that's what he did. But go ahead.
Let me ask you this though, because I gotta make this clear. You felt like it was a cherry pick
at the time. But
so that's what I'm saying. If you felt like it was a cherry pick, that means you felt like Canelo was supposed to win that fight.
I thought he was gonna win, and I thought he was gonna win either by hook or crook.
So that's what I'm saying. If you thought he was gonna win, then you didn't think it was a 50-50 fight. Because if it's a 50-50 fight, you don't know. It's a toss up. It's a toss up, and that's the point.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? It's a straight toss up, and that's why I say Triple G won. Triple G won because I don't even if you go back and look at those Triple G2 odds, they went down the next fight for Triple G, given the performance of Canelo and or how that fight went in the first fight. So that's why I say that was the only one I felt was
That
50.
whole trilogy, that was some bullshit anyway, though, when we think about it, T.O., because think about it. The first fight, I give you, that could have went either way, but they made us wait a long he made us,
He aged him out.
you know,
Bro,
and then the second
realize Canelo was almost
fight, you popped dirty.
He's almost 8
No,
years.
hold up. And then the rematch, you popped. Hold up, the rematch, he popped dirty, T.O., and that got delayed. People forget about that. He had that's when the clenbuterol came out. So instead of the fight being 6 months, the fight ended up being a year later.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's facts.
So that's another year. And then the third fight happened, what, how many years later? 5 years later, 4 years later, something crazy like that?
When Triple G was 40.
Come on, G's. Come on, G's. So, and far as we know, he could have had the clenbuterol. And then they raised the levels of clenbuterol, gave him a franchise belt. It was just, this kid just, he's just been given all the gifts, man.
And even with all of that said, I still think this nigga's a hell of a fighter. I still give Canelo Alvarez his flowers because, again, even though this is a what have you done for me lately sport, in my opinion, I'm not going to forget that Austin Trout performance. I'm not forgetting you really did dare to be great by messing with Floyd Mayweather at 23, even though you did have over 40 fights and you was a unified champ. You gave us Triple G1. You know what I'm saying? You did these things. So I'm gonna give you your credit. You knocked off Miguel Cotto. You knocked off some legends. You fought even though
old Cotto, old Mosley.
Old Mosley, but still yet you did that. Because I still feel like those guys, even a little bit older, had the skill set to knock off a lot of those youngins.
But he got what, almost 70 fights. You named 4. What about the Yeardrums on his record? The James Kirklands on his record, the Amir Khan's on his record, the Chavez Jr. See, he got more of that than he got Mayweather's and Mosley's, and I mean Mayweather's. He don't have a lot of Mayweathers and Bivals up there. It's a lot of Yeardrum, John Riders, Rocky Fielding type shits going on. James Kirkland, Amir Khan's, coming up in weight, catch weights, rehydration clauses, clenbuterol. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I feel you. All I'm saying is, so let me ask you this: do you feel like Canelo's a great fighter?
Canelo's a very good fighter.
Okay,
he's a very good fighter, bro.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
He's gonna go in the Hall of Fame. He's definitely gonna go in the Hall of Fame because he got that undisputed and the divisions that he came in. Yeah, he's going in the Hall of Fame, bro.
Well, we know that, but in your opinion, do you feel like he's a Hall of Fame fighter?
Yeah, I believe he's a Hall of Fame fighter.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. We
just got to give him. But I'm very generous too, though, with the Hall of Fame. I think Sean Porter should be a Hall of Famer.
Sean Porter should be a goddamn Hall of Famer. This is somebody who fought everybody and didn't mind.
That's why I give it to him.
Prerequisite for the Hall of Fame might be a little different from niggas because, first of all, Sean Porter's a 2-time champion and he fought everybody.
Yep, and beat a lot of good guys, man.
Hell yeah, and he won't scared to mix it up with everybody. Sean Porter was not afraid to mix it up with everybody, and that's what he did. All of the top guys, all of the guys that's going to go down in history and become legends in his era, in his division, Sean Porter fought him, and he belongs in the same conversation with those guys.
Bud's the only one that stopped him, but other than that, did anybody ever get a unanimous win on him? Weren't all his losses like split decisions? He split with
Yeah.
Thurman. He split with Spence. He split with what's the guy name who beat him for the title, the IBF, Kell Brook. He split with him. You get what I'm saying? His losses be splits.
Yeah.
Close fights too. Good fights.
He had that style, man, that was just difficult to
And I
deal
thought he
with.
got robbed versus Spence.
And I think you know why you felt like he got robbed, because Spence fought Sean Porter's fight and beat him at it. I thought he edged him out, you know what I'm saying, especially with the knockdown too. So, or he stopped him in his tracks. So, man, that was a hell of a fight.
But he was so far behind, T.O. Like at best, like you can still get a knockdown. That don't negate all the rounds before that.
You felt like Spence was so far behind?
Hell yeah, Spence was behind, and Spence was doing all them low blows. Sean Porter was he was relentless. He had the activity. Spence couldn't get off on him like he got off on Ugas. It's a reason guys don't give Sean Porter no rematches, bro. You don't want to do that shit twice.
Word. Yeah. True that. I give you
I
some
like
points
Sean
for that.
Porter, man. Hey, look, Sean Porter got a mouth like Mr. Ed. He could eat an apple with one bite. But I'm telling you what, that boy tough, man. That nigga tough, man.
Tough
Sean
as
Porter
hell.
got an overbite, boy, from hell. Like he still suck his thumb when he go to sleep.
You know that's exactly what that's from, sucking his thumb. Shout out DJJ in the chat. He say, "Hey, Heavy Bad Boxing TV, perhaps consider this. If Canelo worries about a loss, 100 to 200 million avoids the fight, and if the fight does happen and he gets a loss, he can retire." That's what I've been saying. Shout out DJJ, man. And he was in the live the other day too. I remember you too, bro. Shout out to you. That's what I say. And I continuously say the same thing. David Benavidez for Canelo Alvarez represents the end. It's a wrap. He know he can't beat this guy. Otherwise, you would never fix your mouth to say something about 100 or 200 million dollars for one fight, bro. You're not Floyd. You're not, you know what I mean? You don't deserve to get that much money for one fight. But I do believe, because of how we carrying it and the demand for David Benavidez is so big, that's going to sell a lot of pay-per-views, and he just might make that much.
But I just don't understand why he thinks he should. If the guy ain't nothing and he ain't did nothing and he fought nobody, why do you deserve so much to fight him? A guy who's not on your level.
I'm glad you mentioned that. That's a more hypocrisy, because in this video, that's exactly what he just said, right? Let's listen to it again.
They come and say, I offer to you 150 to 200 million. So that's nothing.
You don't think that's the one of the biggest fights that can be made?
I don't. Maybe. Who knows? But he brings nothing to the table for me.
He brings nothing to the table, but yet you want 100 to 200 million dollars to fight somebody that brings absolutely nothing to the table. Make it make sense, Mark Nash.
Hey, look, he's an undefeated guy who was the interim champion. He's a two-time champion in your division. The belt you got around your waist used to be his twice. And you say he'd bring nothing to the table. Okay, well, by that logic, why do you deserve 150, 100 or 200 million for a guy that brings nothing to? And he said, well, somebody bring me that, I'll fight him. Bro, you don't want to fight this guy. You don't want to fight this guy. And you're gonna be hard pressed to find somebody who's gonna tell you the real like this, like who's a Canelo fan. Like I said, I rock with Canelo, but I can't support that. Because on the flip side of the same coin, y'all would have lost your mind if Crawford said, I need 100 million to 200 million to fight Spence. Crawford was out here saying, hey, look, I got some guys, they're going to do 25 for you, 25 for me or something like that. It's going to be 50 million, you know what I'm saying, in the pot for both of us.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I ain't let nobody touch the fight. You get what I'm saying? and people was dogging Crawford for trying to find a way. It was, you know what I'm saying? So
that shit crazy, bro.
So why, if Canelo, if it's like that, why don't you go out there and find the money then? Why don't you find 100, find the investors? Because you was like, this is me, it's all me. You the head honcho. Well, find the investor. Tell the people out there, hey, look, I need 100 million to fight this guy. Hey, look, and then he said 100 million, 200 million, bro. That's double. That's a weird ass, bro. You know how much double that is?
That shit
You get what
crazy.
I'm saying?
Man, I'm
That's a
with you
weird.
100.
He didn't say 150 to 100 and 100 to 120, 120. He's doubled it. This nigga want almost $250 million to fight David Benavidez. Think about that, because that's the guarantee. You know he wants some back end money too. He want
Niggas
to
may
have
not
that
have
Viva, bro. He want almost $250 million to fight. In his mind, this is his Manny Pacquiao. He's Floyd, and this is his Manny Pacquiao type shit. But no, dude, you're not Floyd, and he's not Manny.
And
You get
look,
what I'm
Floyd,
saying?
back in the day, Canelo was the Mexican monster, bro. Floyd didn't put this
Floyd gave him a
all that
shot.
type. Floyd did not put Canelo Alvarez through all this shit, bro. When Canelo was the Mexican monster, I kept saying, yo, I don't know
Fast, didn't he?
I thought that was a 50-50 fight. A lot of people thought I was crazy, but I was giving Canelo a lot of respect even back then. I'm one of the only people
Me
that will
too.
admit to saying that was a 50-50 fight, even with Canelo back then.
Bro, I was
But
one of the people. I was like, shit, I'm worried about Floyd, because I was still hoping, because Floyd fought him early in that 6-fight Showtime deal. Floyd got out of jail, fought Robert Guerrera, very next fight, Canelo. I was thinking like, damn, maybe he was going to save Canelo for the end. Man, he fought him early. Let's get this shit over with. What's up? This kid ain't got nothing for me yet.
It wasn't really early neither, though, because Floyd 36. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So
I mean early as in like the call outs. It wasn't 5-6 years of him calling out Floyd. You get what I'm saying?
Right. That's what I'm saying. As soon as Canelo really crossed that threshold and basically the boxing world was calling for it, he delivered it.
Quick.
Floyd delivered, man. He ain't doing shit like Canelo doing with David Benavidez, bro. And like I say, man, Canelo was David Benavidez and Floyd was Canelo, and Floyd took the fight off the rip, bro. Shout out to the chat, man. My man DJJ in the chat, he say Benavidez isn't helping himself. He should be applying the pressure to the sanctioning bodies by remaining active, similar to what Zoo did at 54. Well, let me tell you this, DJJ. David Benavidez then fought 2 title eliminators, man. What else do we need to do? What else you got to do, bro? I don't even think Tim Zoo fought 2 title eliminators.
And the WBO kind of sticks to their rules a little bit more than the other sanctioning bodies. We're talking about, bro, they created a super champ belt for Canelo.
Yeah, a franchise
created
belt.
a super champ. I mean, a franchise belt. They created a franchise belt so he can go up and down ways, do what he want to do. Like, how you gonna put pressure on them? They can make another one. This is their shit, and we are, and this is their product, and this is their commodity, and we are the consumer. We can choose not to buy, but I tell you what, I'm done with this kid right here. Until he fights somebody I want to see, I'm not buying it no more just to say I'm buying it. And if I and when I stream it, I'm gonna find everything to hate on. The uniform, his glasses, his beard, hairline, rain walk, man, everything. Nigga, I'm gonna be hating on everything just to be hating.
Hey, man. Yeah.
I'm hating on everything, nigga. I'm gonna find everything wrong with him. I'm like, look at his shoes, don't even match. Look at him. Yeah, he got one big foot, little foot. You call him Biggie.
Oh, man.
Oh, shit. Shout out Byron Bull in the
I'm
chat.
hating on him.
In here, man. He said Canelo be wildin'. I was going for Canelo. I ain't mad at you, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? I would pick Canelo.
Yo, can we hear that one more time, bro?
What's that?
Like, clip, can you hear that? Can we play that one more time for the people just got here?
Well, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
No, the Canelo. No, what Canelo said about the money. Let's hear that one more time, bro.
About the okay. Yeah. Let's give it a listen.
Just he brings just 25 pounds more in the night, the fight on the night. That's it. But if some promoter, not him because he's nothing to offer me anything.
Canelo, ¿cómo te sientes?
He's nothing to offer me money. You know, I'm the one. So, but if one promoter who I work to, they come and say, I offer to you 150 to 200 million, I fight tomorrow. That's the only.
That's the only way. So that's his way. Is that a cry out for Turkey Al Sheik or something? Because that's the only people who's about to give him that kind of money for this fight.
I'll fight tomorrow.
But who wouldn't fight tomorrow for nigga? I fight to Canelo tomorrow for if he gave me 200 million, nigga. I fight my mama for 200 million tomorrow. Like I be like, mama, it is what it is. But you about to get this work, bitch. I'm about to whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? And she be like, well, just get it over with, baby.
He said that's the only reason. He's trying to say, because you know it's broken English. He's trying to say that's the only way.
I fight tomorrow. That's the only reason I fight with him, because
that's the only reason or the only way I would fight this guy, man.
That's the only reason I would fight him is for 200 million.
That's crazy.
Hey, look how quick he priced it. Hey, look, he thought about it too. He said 100 million. He thought about it. He said 200 million. 100, 200. He doubled it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man.
He really moved that goalpost back. Bro, a guy who's normally making a guarantee of like 30 to 35 million a fight is saying now I need 200 for one.
That's crazy, man.
Come on, dog. Make that shit make sense.
Some new names I haven't seen tonight, man. Say good cooking. Keep it up, bro. Canelo getting exposed as a coward. Shout out to you, Johnny Thunder. Absolutely right, man. Appreciate that love and support, man, for sure.
And look, and I just want to add one thing. I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
No, I was just saying he's exposing himself. Like, we're not putting none of these words in Canelo's mouth. And I'll play the entire video here soon again for you guys who coming in here. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe if you want to comment in the chat. Definitely he's exposing himself. We're not putting no words in his mouth. We're not reading to this thing wrong. He's blatantly saying
you got the best take, bro. You said you had one of the best takes I've heard on it. David Benavidez, how did you say it? Because I'm gonna borrow this when I go live tomorrow. He represents the end for Canelo. And I couldn't agree more because he's not just, this ain't gonna be like a close, in my opinion, and the people who think David was gonna beat him.
Yeah,
this wasn't gonna be like a triple G back and forth, like he could have went either way type shit. This ain't gonna be John Roddy put up a good fight until he didn't. This ain't gonna be Amir Khan was dancing and doing good boxing till Canelo caught him. Bro, David Benavidez is gonna be marching towards this guy. He's gonna, and look, and shout out if you're a Canelo fan, like you're a Canelo fan, because some people's like, well, his style is tailor made for Canelo because he's gonna be right there to get hit. I was like, but he got the hand speed, he got the youth, so it's not just losing to David Benavidez because he got losses. It's getting stopped by David, getting embarrassed by David. That would be the changing of the guard, and I don't, because Bivol beat him, but Bivol didn't beat him the way David beats guys. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You hit some points on some talking points on the head, man. And again, this is a Canelo whom we've seen over his last several fights now gas out around the 8th, 9th round. You talking about David Benavidez with a fucking motor that can drive from here to California, from the East Coast to the West Coast. It could potentially get extremely ugly for Canelo Alvarez in those championship or later rounds if it goes that long. It could get bad, bro. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah. It could get bad. Now, I'm not saying Canelo couldn't, even drop David Benavidez, But I don't think he's a big boy, and I think that's why we keep saying that 25 pounds. He's worried about it. He's worried about that 25 pounds because it's a possibility that he's not going to be able to hurt this boy, and again, it'll get ugly in the later rounds.
And Canelo doesn't fight the same as he fought. People keep talking about. Let's be real. The rumor's been swirling around a lot that Canelo likes his drinks. He likes his golf. He loves his off time, and he's focused more on his business a lot of times. Now, granted, he goes in that boxing ring, still makes weight. Never seen Canelo miss weight. Have seen him fight at other weights where I was like, why is he fighting here out of nowhere? Maybe he just didn't want to cut all the way down, you know? But this Canelo right here doesn't really set up the shots like he used to no more. He measures with the lead hand and throws these big right bombs a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything is power. He don't touch, power, touch, power, touch, power. It's like just the power level all the way up on a video game, and he's doing the same move. And a guy like David can go ahead.
Think about this. It's because of the competition that he's fighting. He's not fighting or hasn't been fighting anybody with any kind of power that he respects at all. So if I'm not if I'm walking you down and cutting off of the ring pretty much the entire fight, that's the way I'm going to fight. If he don't have anybody that's standing there saying, "Hey, I'm right here," you know what I'm saying, in these fights. So that's going to dictate the style of fight. And David Benavidez changes all of that shit. You know what I mean? Shout out DJJ in the chat. He say, Heavy, it's not that he hasn't fought enough to justify the opportunity. It's more about being relentless and keep beating people and back Canelo into a corner where you can't avoid him any longer. Well, if that's the case, man, he backed him in that corner. He should have been backed him in the corner, man. Listen, we 2.5 years later, man. You know what I mean? End of this year, make 3 years where David's been on Canelo's ass. And it's been more publicized over the last year, but it's been a long time coming. So much so that it only makes sense for David to move up right now, being that he wasn't going to be the next fight. You know what I mean? So David was supposed to set out the entire rest of 2024 till September if that happens. Hell no. He's staying active.
Nah, I would have liked for him to fight David Morrell or somebody like that. Keep going. If they would have gave him David Morrell or fight some other top guys, but keep that pressure on them in that division. But I can't be mad of a guy who's like, yo, I can't waste my whole career chasing his wife. Maybe he knew when he moved up to 175 what Canelo just told us. I'm not fighting you. Right. I don't care. I would need 100 to 200. Maybe he knew that back then. You know what I'm saying? But if Canelo and I'm a slide, man, because I got to catch my flight in the morning. But I'm gonna be listening to. Hey, I would have respected Canelo. Now, I ain't gonna say respected him more for this, but I would say he would have been better off, in my opinion, in the court of public opinion, if he would have just said, "I'm not here to talk about David Benavidez. I'm here to talk about Jaime Munguia." You get what I'm saying? Let your PR person do that. Like you hit the nail on the head. Like, yo, this is probably why they don't want Canelo to do too much talking, because he's saying the quiet parts out loud. Like, bro, you should have just said no Benavidez questions. You know?
Yeah. And that's why in some of those previous interviews, he basically cut people off about the Benavidez questions. But
can't say he ain't fought nobody. Remember, because look, he said, you guys need to fight each other. Everybody want to fight me. You need to fight each other. Okay, well, he fighting them. Y'all got common opponents now too.
He fought Caleb Plant and Andrade.
But he fought Anthony Durrell, who was the champion at the time. Like he's fought some guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So Canelo gotta clean this shit up, or just stop talking about David Benavidez at all, because this ain't aging well
at all. But that Morrell shit. Here's the thing about that Morrell shit, and this is the only thing. It's the fact that he doesn't have that many damn fights. Because I believe this fight would have happened next for real had Morrell had some more fights. Now you're talking about a guy with only 10 fights. Now, if he actually gets in there, even if he puts on a good performance versus David Benavidez and he loses, what's the first thing people are going to say? Morrell was too green. But they're not going to give him the type of credit that he needs to have in order to continue to trap Canelo Alvarez. Only the hardcore fans,
but Morrell got a WBA title, don't he? Don't he got a regular WBA? So you just supposed to let him just keep that around his waist and get another 10 wins?
I'm just saying. That's the way they looking at it, man. That's the only way they could be looking at it. That's why this fight ain't happening. I don't, and I according
didn't Spinks fight Ali with only 7 fights?
Was it something like that?
Yeah, like said. Hey, look, how many fights did Lomachenko have when he went there and fought Gary Russell? 2 or 3?
2. It might have been 2.
Shit, like, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
5 fights in.
No excuses. And he beat Gary Russell.
Backgrounds and gold medalists. I don't know what Morrell's back. I got to check into Morrell's background. I know he's got an amateur background, but those guys came in prepared. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't think he's going to garner that kind of credit. And then according to David Benavidez, about the whole Morrell situation, and this comes out of David Benavidez's mouth, that their team was reluctant to, start negotiations. So you can only take him for face value. Morrell been saying David Benavidez's name, but it sounds like his team been saying something different.
That's possible.
Again,
very possible.
They want to build him up. But man, I appreciate you coming through, man. I don't want to hold you up. I know you say you got a flight to catch.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna lay it down, but I'm gonna be listening, man, in the chat. Thanks for having me on, bro. I'm really proud of you, bro. Keep up the good work, all right?
Man, proud of you as well, man. And you already know, man, the love is reciprocated, my brother. And I'll be there tomorrow for sure. All right. Go ahead and
hold it down. Go ahead, what?
I say holler at the people before you leave.
All right, man. This your man Mark Nash, host of Breaking Beats. Well, my channel is called Mark Nash TV. The show is called Breaking Beats, where we break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, anything else you and I feel like talking about. My show is a hip-hop, political sports show with a comedy twist. We let the jokes fly a lot because life is serious enough. And life getting real serious for the red-headed Mexican. Just lost a fan in me, indeed, tonight. But with that said, man, drinks require sleep. Goals require effort, man. Go out there and get your goals, man. Support the show. Get your goofy ass in here. Hit that bad. Smash the like. If you like this content, definitely support the show via Super Chats, Cash Apps. Share the link, man. That goes a long way. Help the visibility of the show and shit. Always remember, man, respect is free. Disrespect gonna cost you everything. Your family, your freedom, your finances. Most importantly, your life. So let's show each other love. Let's show each other respect. And if we can't do that, show each other the door. You go your way, I go mine. God willing, we'll all do fine. It's your man Nash. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
My nigga.
That's my guy. Shout out Mark Nash TV. I appreciate you, my brother. All right, gang, man. It has most definitely been fun tonight. I'm going to let this video play one more time. Make sure you smash that like button for your boy just to listen to Canelo Alvarez and some of the talking points we went over tonight. And again, we didn't put these words in Canelo's mouth. It's a reason why Canelo doesn't do a lot of talking, even though he has really, really good English. And this is one of the reasons why. Because he puts his foot in his mouth and he says a whole lot of things. And it's a lot of sound bites that y'all gonna hear in the boxing community, most definitely over the next several days or maybe even weeks.
The only thing he brings to the table is 25 more pounds.
Canelo, see you right over here. Ready, rolling? Canelo, first off, very respectful press conference with Jaime. How important is that for you, for an opponent to be respectful?
Hold on, guys. DJJ. You can hit the link, bro. You don't have to call. That's just an option. You can hit the link that I put in the chat. I'm about to put it in the chat again for you if you would like to join me. And I'll take this last caller before I get up out of here. That's the link, the StreamYard link, and you can actually come up here and join me.
For you to give them a fight.
I think it's very important. I always respect more the fighter be respectful, because you know it's when you realize it's gonna be a good fight, because the fighters who talk a lot of things, they come into the fight, they scared. So I like this kind of fight because I know it's gonna be a great fight.
Tell me if it was a wrong observation or right. Did it feel weird to be on stage with Oscar? Did you feel annoyed or angry that he was there on stage?
I don't like that kind of person, to be honest. That's it. But I feel comfortable because it's my land, not his land. So at the end of the day, I feel comfortable with myself, with everything I did, because everything you see, we made that. We made that. Nobody else.
Yeah, together.
Together. Beltran, PBC, and Canelo team. That's it.
So what's going for you on the future? Are you going to be a free agent? Like, what happened with you splitting from PBC, then coming back?
I'm very happy to work with everybody. I'm happy to work with all Simon, and he's happy to work with me. And if something happens or something that there is for me more important, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be good with Hyman, with everybody. I like to work with everybody, and they know I'm very disciplined, I'm very hard worker, and that's why I can do anything.
Is this true? Let me know if this is true or if people are wrong. Is it true you offered $5 million for a Benavidez fight and then you guys didn't hear back?
No, nothing is true. I don't know
how that came. Yeah. And I think the dad said, "Oh, they offered us $5 million," and
no, never.
Okay.
Not that I know, and I know everything.
Question over here.
Yeah, to piggyback off the offer, were you ever offered anything from Benavidez camp? And
nothing. And who is he for offering me the money?
Right.
Who is he?
It was said that it was $55 million.
But who is he to offer me? And if he offered the amount he say, that amount I can make with anybody. So that's nothing.
You don't think that's the one of the biggest fights that can be made?
I don't. Maybe. Who knows? But you know, he brings nothing to the table for me. He brings just 25 pounds more in the night, the fight on the night. That's it. But if some promoter, not him, because he's nothing to offer me anything.
Canelo, ¿cómo te sientes? Sorry.
He's nothing to offer me money. You know, I'm the one. So, but if one promoter who I work to, they come and say, I offer to you 150 to 200 million, I fight tomorrow.
Canelo,
that's the only reason I fight with him, because the only thing he brings to the table is 25 more pounds.
Canelo, I think this is a great fight that the Mexican fans are going to enjoy, but is there any pressure to make the fight we're speaking about Benavidez, because you got people like Mike Tyson and even Ryan Garcia? They said Ryan Garcia said if he was you, he would already fight Benavidez. Mike Tyson said you need to fight him. Is there any pressure?
I don't need to fight anybody. I don't need to prove anybody anything, because I remember when this happened with Golovkin, and then it happened with this. So I don't need to prove anything with anybody. So this fight with Jaime Munguia, you need to respect it, because this fight is more important than other fights. So it is what it is. And you remember when you guys asking me for Golovkin, and I fought with Golovkin, and then Callum Smith, and then Billy Joe Saunders, and then Caleb Plant, and then so. Never is enough for you guys, but I don't need to prove anything to anybody anymore. I've been done everything in my career.
Do you respect your opinion, like Mike Tyson saying it? Do you respect his opinion, or how do you feel about like Mike Tyson?
I respect his opinion if he is sober.
All right, guys, that was a complete interview I wanted to show you from Canelo Alvarez, man. Again, I didn't coach him into doing this interview. I'm almost positive his team didn't coach him into doing this interview. These are going to be some sound bites that you guys are going to hear often over the next couple of days, probably next couple of weeks, and will be brought to your attention years from now. I'm gonna wrap this one up, man. I appreciate everybody who came through. Again, make sure you smash that like button if you already didn't. Make sure you subscribe so you can join the conversation next time. It's your boy Big T.O. Heavy Bad Boxing TV, man. Truly thankful and blessed to have you guys there. Big shout out to the gang, man. My bag hitters, Tyree Celestine, D1's Boxing. Can't forget my guy Troy Jack. My members, not just subscribers, but my members, man. Sean and Don Hold the Phone and John out of the BX. Truly appreciate you guys. Mark Nash TV, my brother from another mother, hanging out with me tonight, man. It was my pleasure. All right, it's your boy Big T.O. I am out.
Motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.
Bag Boxing TV.
Y'all make sure you go sub to my man Heavy Bag Boxing, man. Get your dumb ass in, hit this bag.
The Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Y'all just go ahead and subscribe to Heavy Bag Boxing TV because he be lit on his channel.
And Heavy Bag Boxing.
Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Yo, shout out to Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Heavy Bag Boxing TV.
Heavy Bag Boxing TV.